Hello everyone, I'm Not Awesome, and I'm happy to bring to you today a reading from a new author, Jay Pike. It's the chapter 1 of Max Come Home. Max woke up just as the sunshine began to show through the window in the kitchen door. First he stretched his front legs and then the rear legs. He walked over to the water bowl to get a drink. As he lapped up water, he could see his reflection in the bowl, his black nose surrounded by white fur changing to gray. He was a fine-looking young husky pup. He looked back at his doggy bed and noticed that his mother was already up and out of the house. Max went through the doggy door just as his mother had taught him. First push with your nose and keep moving so that the flapper doesn't pat him on the butt. Once outside, he stood on the front porch and looked over the farmyard. There beside the driveway was Lucy the chicken, pecking at the ground. Max liked Lucy. She was always nice to him. Some of the other chickens would run around like crazy every time Max came near them. What was that all about? The cows were up next to the fence, trying to stretch their necks through the fence rails to get the extra long grass that grew just outside the fence. There was Mary, Natalie, and Shelley. They were all Max's friends. But where was Mom? There she was, running across the fields. When she came up upon the fence, she used a couple of bales of hay to help her jump over the fence. She landed in the driveway right next to Lucy. "Somebody is looking for you," Lucy said to Max's mom. "I'm right here, Max," Mom said to Max. Max ran down the steps and began jumping alongside his mom. "What are we going to do today, Mom?" Max asked. "Go swimming in the pond and chase a fox if we see one?" "I think Farmer Brown would like us to chase the crows out of his garden," Mom told Max. "Follow me and I'll show you how we can really scare them, and maybe it'll be a long time before they come back to this garden." Max ran beside his mom as they made their way to the other side of the driveway, where Farmer Brown had a very big garden. He grew lots of corn, tomatoes, lettuce, cucumbers, and, of course, watermelons. The crows liked to pick at all the vegetables, and Farmer Brown did not like this. Farmer Brown and his wife, Mrs. Brown, owned the farm where Max and his mum, Maya, lived. They were nice to all the animals, but they were very fond of Max. Mrs. Brown would slip little pats of butter on top of Max's food that tasted so good, and she would spend extra time combing Max's thick coat of fur. Sometimes she would sing as she did her chores around the farm. Max thought that everyone loved hearing her sing as she fed the chickens, collected the eggs, and helped Farmer Brown with the milking of the cows and the tending to the garden. Max's life was very good. Max's mom started walking more slowly as they got closer to the garden. There she stopped. Max did everything that she did. They both crouched down low and began to crawl on their bellies to sneak up on the crows. They crept up a small hill, and Max's mom looked slowly over the top. "Aha, just as I thought," Max's mom whispered. "There are 3 crows in the new crop of corn. You stay right here, Max, and I'll go down further to get below them. When I signal with my tail, you jump up and start running and barking at them. When they start to fly towards the woods, that's when I'll jump up and start barking too. They won't know which way to fly, and that will really scare them, okay?" Max nodded his head and watched as his mom slithered down the ditch in the field where Farmer Brown uses to catch the excess water in the spring. When she was near the edge of the woods, Max saw her flick her tail twice in the air. Max jumped up as high as he could and began barking and running at the 3 crows. The crows stopped eating and took off flying towards the woods. When the crows were right over Max's mom's head, she jumped and began barking at the crows. The crows were so startled at the 2 dogs, they actually bumped into each other and almost fell to the ground. Finally, they made their way into the woods. "Let's chase them more, Mom," Max yelled with excitement. "Let's chase them so far into the woods they'll never come back." "No, Max, the woods can be dangerous, especially for a young pup who doesn't have a good sense of direction yet. It's too easy to get lost. Besides, did you see how they jumped and bumped into each other? "They won't be coming back any time soon," Max's mom said, as she laughed at the actions of the crows. Max laughed too. "I'm going back to the porch and take a nap," Mom said. "Are you coming, Max?" "I'm right behind you, Mom," said Max, as they headed to the farmyard to catch the last rays of the morning sun as it fell on the porch. Max's mom got to the porch and found her spot, but first she circled 3 times before laying down. Max did exactly the same as his mom, but plopped down just between her legs and curled up for a good nap. That's the end of Chapter 1. Alpha Studio.
Alpha Studio. Ta-da.